Gruesome Magazine.
Hello, once again, I am your host, Doc Rotten, and this is Gruesome Magazine, where we review the very latest in streaming and video on-demand horror movies. Each week, my co-hosts, Jeff Mohr, Crystal Cleveland, Dave Dreher, and I will take a look at various spooky, scary, and gory genre offerings. Tonight, we're reviewing a very fun film called Spare Parts, available now on VOD, digital, DVD, and Blu-ray. It's out there. Go see it. Maybe. Listen to us first. All right, let's find out. No, go see it. All right, let's introduce the crew, starting off with Dave Dreher. Dave Dreher. I did it again!
Oh my God, I look like Jeff Mohr now.
I did it again. Jeff, how you doing?
Did you know?
Yeah. Yeah, if you didn't watch last week.
Dave last week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Although I still don't get that day.
No.
I don't get the build up. So
No,
anyway. Doc, did you ever hear that Abel Ferrara movie, Ms. 45?
Ms. 45.
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly.
Crystal knows it.
Yeah.
A movie we did on Decades of Horror, the 1980s. Look it up. And you'll find out why in a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Also joining us this week is Crystal Cleveland, the Living Dead Girl. How you doing, Crystal?
I'm great. It's so funny because I was thinking the same thing, which I was like, Miss 45. I was like, they're totally giving a little homage to the film, which it is a great film. You should watch it.
There you go.
It's about a woman who dresses as a nun with her 45. It's hot.
It's hot. Okay. Also joining us this week is the one and only Dave Dreher. How's it going, bud?
Doc, I'm troubled, Doc. I'm troubled.
You're troubled.
I'm troubled because the dirt is dry.
The dirt is
Oh my God.
The dirt is dry.
The dirt is dry. I don't know what to do about it.
I was like, wait, what is he going to say?
My goodness. For those who have watched it, you just got a thrill. For those who didn't, just got totally confused. But that's okay. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to give our first impression of Spare Parts. We will be spoiler-free during that part. Then we're going to get into a discussion. During that time, we will peel back English. We will peel that back and actually do spoilers, and then we'll wrap things up with our final thoughts, our score 1 to 5, and our favorite scene. That's the fun part. Stick around for that for certain. All right, what film are we talking about? What's the Spare Parts? What is this thing you're talking about? All right. It is available on VOD, digital, DVD, Blu-ray, June 1st, so it is out now. Director is Andrew Thomas Hunt. The writers are David Murdoch and Svet Rouskov. The cast includes Michelle Argyris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Argyris.
Yeah. Oh, that's a rough
Good
one.
guesses.
Sorry,
I'm
Michelle.
not getting involved in this.
Yeah, it's not going to be Emily Alatalo, Kiriana, Stanton, Chelsea Muirhead, Ryan Allen, Jason Rouse, Kathryn Kohut, Erin Noble, and the one and only Julian Richings, which seems to be we get a lot of his films, and he is awesome in all of them. I will say he's a He is a one of the character actors that you will recognize his face as soon as you see it. And yes, the dirt is dry. Synopsis is: while traveling on their first American tour, Miss 45, an all-girl punk band, is drugged and kidnapped. They awaken to find their limbs removed and replaced with crude weaponry, and are forced to fight gladiators for a sadistic town. Let the battle begin. Yeah, that happens, and that's the draw. That's why you want to watch this movie. So now we got to figure out if it delivers. Let's give our first impressions. Jeff Mohr, you are up first, sir. What was your first impression of Spare Parts?
Parts.
So I think in general this looks good. I didn't have any problem with the acting is okay. Again, we sort of joked about it already, but the band's name, the female band's name was Ms. 45, which they were obviously referring back to that. I love the different prostheses they came up with once they become part of the Gladiators band, I guess. I don't know. but so at first I had a little trouble keeping the character straight of the band, even though only 2 of them looked similar. I had a hard time. And then I don't know. Well, even in the movie, there was a place where I was totally mixed up. I thought it was one character and it was somebody else. I don't know what to say about this, other than this normally isn't my kind of movie unless you can really pile it in with the humor. I'm thinking of things like Guns Akimbo, maybe. There's a lot of great shots and a lot of funny stuff there. But in this one, I felt like there was something missing, and I hope you guys will jar my brain to think of what it was. But like the lead woman's, the older sister, her motivations I don't get at all. So anyway, the relationship with the sister, that didn't make too much sense to me. And I know I'm just kind of rambling, but there was a lot of good setups and a lot of good story, but yet it doesn't quite pull it off.
Nope. All right. Well, I think we might hear that again tonight. All right. Up next is Crystal Cleveland. What is your first impression of Spare Parts?
Okay. So I love the way that this movie is shot. I think it's really beautiful. I think it has a lot of good gore. I think that the acting is great out of everyone. Interestingly enough, I did also have the same issue as Jeff at points, remembering who was who or figuring out who was who, which is odd. And I don't know why, because they look different. Even the 2 that are supposed to be sisters don't look like sisters to me. So I don't know why. I don't know why that happened. I couldn't keep each character to their instrument, I guess. I don't know. But I like the costuming, the wardrobe. I like the set design. I think it, actually, I really liked the story and the concept of this as well. It's kind of got a Mad Max apocalypse sort of feel to it. And each of these people have, I don't want to tell too much, but it could be a lot of fun. But the unfortunate thing is they're missing all the fun. It wasn't fun. They played this so straight that it lost all sort of quirky. There was no quirkiness. There was no cuteness. There was no extremely weirdness. Like, nothing was hyper life. Nothing was over the top. Nothing was phenomenal other than the story and the clothing and everything else but the actors and the story. Not the story itself, but the dialogue. So where I feel like this was lacking was with the actors and the dialogue. I don't think the actors did a poor job in any way, shape, or form, but they were really serious with their delivery, and the dialogue was very serious. I think some more jokes. I think even in the editing, a few quicker edits, like comedic edits. I guess maybe they weren't trying to make a comedy here, and that's all well and good, but this is not the story to not have a few comedic elements for fun. But a few whip pans would be, kind of add those elements. At points it felt a little slow, and I think that was the editing. So, regardless, I still enjoyed it. The girls are hot. It was fun. There was a lot of good gore. I had fun. I liked it. But I could see where it could be better.
Yes.
That was thorough.
Yay! What was your first impression of Spare Parts?
I think I'm gonna come out being the one that likes this one the most. I had a lot of fun with this movie. I mean, there was a couple fantastic lines. I mean, I was fucking crying. I was laughing at the line with the, "What do you fear most, my machete or my pussy?" I was like, oh my God, I got to listen to that again. That was so hilarious. Oh, that's fantastic.
Were they trying to be funny, though?
They had to be. I mean, this was Grindhouse all over. I mean, this was like that movie Mother's Day. I mean, this was just pure Grindhouse. This was nothing. I mean, also the line when, I I don't remember what happens. There's some fight, and she goes, "You're no longer my sister. You're my enemy." And I'm like,
adversary.
Yeah, whatever. I'm like, that's classic. That is classic shit. So I really enjoyed that. The gore's fun. I thought the leader guy was a lot of fun. The
Julian.
the dirt is dry guy. Yeah, and just little things like the way their council table was just plywood on top of stacked tires. I thought that was hilarious. And Deadeye Shack, he was good. The big African American guy who befriends them.
Ryan Allen as Driller. Yeah.
So there was just a lot of. It's definitely a brain dead movie. There's
Deadeye Shack.
Yeah, Deadeye Shack. He looked like Shaq. At first, I thought he was Shaq. I'm like, oh my god, it's Shaq.
I was trying to figure out, is that some wrestler I don't know about it?
No, he did. He looked like Shaquille O'Neal, but with a dead eye. So yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun with it. There's there's some actually really good gore moments in it. There's several of them.
Yes.
So again, you can't go into this expecting much. It's pure grindhouse. This is probably the closest I've seen to a 70s style grindhouse movie since the movie Grindhouse, where they tried to copy them. This would have made a fitting trailer. And remember, they had those faux trailers.
Yeah.
This would have fit in there perfectly. So I had a lot of fun with this. I thought it was ridiculously entertaining.
Yeah. Entertaining is a good word for it. It is entertaining. I don't know if I agree with you on achieving the grindhouse, though. I
agree.
That was one of the things that came to my mind. Is like, if there ever was a material that screamed to be a Roger Corman film, is this film, right? But just the whole nature of it, the whole concept, the idea of what they're doing, just screams, Roger Corman or even Full Moon or something, and they're playing it a little bit, more like artsy fartsy, but not really. I mean, it's overstating it, but they're taking it way too seriously. But I think, that, like you said, I think that's what they're after. But I think it plays against the material. It's the setup promises something a little bit more, extravagant and outrageous. And I don't know if they never, for me, they never got that energy. They never got that quirkiness, that vibe. But at the same time, I was entertained. I did enjoy. We basically get a series of, gladiator fights, and they get, as you would expect, they escalate each time, and they have a nice resolution to them. And of course, there's conflicts in here, and there's other characters. I liked the Jason Rouse character who plays Sam. I didn't like him at first. At first, I kind of despised him and thought he was crap. But eventually, I said, "Damn, I kind of like this guy." I was kind of rooting for him.
Is that the dude that's like, you'll be my queen or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved him. Yeah. I did too. I was like, don't kill him.
But when he first showed up, and it was just like, oh god, this guy, what the hell? But eventually, I warmed up to him in a big way, and I kind of like, wow, this actually could turn out to be something interesting, and they kind of get there. But for me, it falls a little short. It's about as dry as the dirt they're complaining about. I didn't quite get there for me, but I still, like I said,
I still enjoyed it. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I still totally enjoyed it, but I felt the same. It didn't hit those points for me. And when she said the axe or the pussy line, I was like,
that was so funny. That was so funny.
I thought it was ridiculous, but it didn't hit. It didn't hit and make me laugh. I was like, really?
As she's saying it, I'm like, don't say pussy. Don't say pussy. And she says pussy. I'm like, fuck. Like, no.
I wish I could have felt that. I wanted more of that. Like, and I think that playing up their weapons also, we rarely saw like actually their weapons. We saw them attack and stuff, but like just some shot. I think there were some things missing for me that made it feel energetic.
You could tell the chainsaw thing didn't move. You could tell it was like solid.
Yeah,
Yes.
but that's okay, right?
That's okay. Yeah,
Did they-
I'm
did
okay
they-
with that.
I'm not really sure. Did they have the sound design to support it? I'm not really sure. But I want to address the actresses because, or the four leads, the band, because I kind of had the same problem that was mentioned earlier. I didn't really get to address it. I kind of forgot to. But the two sisters, even though I could tell the difference between them, their characters kind of became the same character, and I really didn't understand which one was which and which one had which motivation over the other, and I started getting really confused. And I mean, even at the point when it's the two of them facing off, I'm like, which one's which? And I don't
know. I feel
but
awful that I did too.
Why is that? Because it shouldn't be like that.
I think maybe they all played it the same. They all seemed exactly the same in their personality type and their, like, okay, one of them got more attention than the other, but
well, I think a lot of it's dark too. I mean,
you mean the camera,
you're
not
right.
the humor, but
no. I mean, it was hard to see. Like, you couldn't see the full features sometimes. They're hiding behind some brick.
But I knew their faces, and I still couldn't.
I don't know if their characters were drawn out strong enough. I mean, other than the very obvious that one was a little bit more, flirty's not strong enough. Ho was a little too harsh. Somewhere in between there.
And even then, they all kind of just have that same sort of personality type. Yeah. There wasn't really any delineation between them.
And then they introduced the one girl that was already there, and she kind of fell into the same mold. Yes. And I was a little confused by that too. I think there's some character development that's kind of keeping it from being.
In the beginning, the first shot where she was getting the body parts, when it showed the band, I was like, oh, which one of the girls is it? Is it that? I think it's that girl. I didn't even realize it was a totally different character. I thought it was one of them. Like, I was like, it kind of looks like her. I think they do kind of look a little too much alike. I think the blonde obviously stood out because she has blonde hair.
But even then.
But that's
not as a character. I will say I like the whole arm thing with the bone, and I thought they handled that really well.
Yeah, that was cool.
And they handled shooting it really well. There was a couple times I saw the trick that they used, but only because I'm watching for it. But if you're not watching for it, it's totally really well done. They really handled that well. They thought that through, and it looked great. It looked great. You get the idea that the bone still works and stuff, even though it doesn't have any muscle on it, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Conceptually, I think it's so much fun.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I thought that was great. That surgery was pretty.
Oh yeah,
decent.
and when they cut it, that was nice.
So what'd you think of the gore, Dave?
Nice little locking pin on the end of the.
Yeah. I was fascinated by that. We didn't get enough of it, actually. What about the gore, Dave? Dave, because you're the gore meister here. You're the one that hungers for all the crimson blood flying around. Where would you put this? What is it? Is it?
Well, it's your typical grindhouse gore. I mean, a lot of them are quick takes, quick shots. I mean, we get head smashes. We get. We get everything. We got impalings. We got. I mean, it's all there. We got chainsawing. Now I sound like Joe Bob with his numbers.
Chainsaw flu.
His numbers, yeah. But I mean, it's all in there. We even got the face to the tire. I mean,
I
really like that one.
I thought it was all good. It all looked practical. I enjoyed also the bone thing with the arm. I thought that was kind of ingenious. And plus it would give extra support because you could tell, or at least they were trying to make it look like those weapons they had on their arm were heavy as shit. The cup on there, so to have that extra bone structure to support that, I thought that was kind of fascinating, actually. So I thought they did that well. So yeah, the effects get a big thumbs up for me here.
Yeah, I like the design of the environment they're in. Being in a junkyard, hidden in the junkyard with this circular thing. seem weird. I still don't understand. I guess the whole concept of the town, though, is I guess it's the outlying town would just come to here, but some of the
does it matter?
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Maybe they just have a syndicate. Like, you're thinking way too hard. That part did not bother me. And the other dude, when he went to the bar, he's like, I'd stay away from that place. So they kind of know.
They kind of know.
Yeah.
I did like the doctor, too. I thought she was...
Oh, yeah.
Like, well, the bathtub scene was... All right. Just, one a day keeps the doctor away, right? My. But we got a lot. I shouldn't follow that scene up with this statement, but we got a lot more Julian Richings than I thought we would. Sorry, but he as the Emperor, when he was the more he was announcing the contest, the more I liked him. And
I love him.
Yeah.
I love Supernatural, and I loved him in Super. I think he's fabulous. He's always good. He was perfect for that. And actually, I know you mentioned the other guy, the one who plays his son. I totally bought it that they were father and son.
I did too. The more they got in that, the whole mythology of this group, which is where I was heading. Yeah, I really started to like him, and I shouldn't. He's a total prick, but I started like rooting for him. Like, oh man, you should be king, and she should be queen. This should work out for you.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
I did too. I liked it too. I actually, to be honest with you, I wasn't crazy about the end. I feel like she didn't play that ending part strong enough.
Was it
earned? It's kind of weak.
Yeah.
It kind of, I mean, that was the only part I was like, oh, it's not in everyone's wheelhouse to be a bitch. But,
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It needed. Mm-hmm. But anyway, all right. So let's go ahead. This is a good time to wrap things up. Let's give our final thoughts, our score 1 to 5, and our favorite scene. But before we do, if you're listening, we want to thank you so much for hanging out and listening to our reviews. We hope you're enjoying not only this review, but others that we have on the channel, the ones in the past and the ones coming up. If you'd like to help us out, it'd be real easy to do. Hit the subscribe button down below, or share with a friend, and it does wonders. We would thank you so much. And if you want to leave some comments, we'd love to hear your thoughts. We've been getting some great comments on all the shows, and we want to thank you all so much for those. Speaking of thanking you, we also want to thank our patrons over at Patreon, who without their support, we wouldn't be able to do the Gruesome Magazine podcast, Horror News Radio, Decades of Horror, or Heroes and Droids. Somebody's getting some snacks.
Are you eating popcorn? Somebody's eating popcorn.
I was like, sorry. Okay, no.
She's opening some candy or something.
She is. It's not a bad idea.
Go ahead. Fig Newtons. They're Fig Newtons. They're nothing fun. That's why I don't even want to tell you. I don't even want to tell you because who eats Fig Newtons?
Who brings Fig Newtons to a podcast? Oh my god! All right,
that's our new shirt. Who brings Fig Newtons to a podcast?
Like everyone makes fun of me. They're like, how old are you? They're so gross. What's wrong? I don't know. They're good, okay? They're good. They're good.
Send all your comments to Crystal Lit. All right, Jeff, you are up first, sir. Give us your final.
After all, you are the young one. You are the young one.
Oh, that's right. With 3 old dudes.
People would have a hard time thinking we're eating Fig Newtons, but Crystal.
It's Crystal and the Fig Newtons.
That's
so bad.
Remember that old Fig Newton commercial? Remember the Fig Newton commercial? You remember that? You remember that, don't you, Jeff?
I do. Stop.
Oh wait, they actually had commercials. Okay, yes.
Yeah, the Fig Newton danced around.
They did.
Like the grapes, right?
Even before the raisins.
Oh, raisins. Yeah. Stupid grape. Yeah. Raisins.
Figs, raisins, grapes. They're all those. All right, Jeff, take us out of this train wreck. All right. Give us your final thoughts, your score, and favorite scene.
Well, also, I feel kind of stupid because after Dave was talking, I'm thinking I should have been tipped off by Ms. 45 as the band on the attitude they have watching this. So I still think it was a little flat, but I think it's worth a watch if for no other reason than I just love those different prostheses they designed for their arms. Each one of those was different, and that would identify people if I could see that.
Yes,
especially the one the broad axe with the
nail gun.
With the nail gun. Oh Lord. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of fun. I don't know why, but it just didn't quite fulfill the promise of the setup for me. So I'm going to give this a 2.75.
Oh, I'm surprised.
I enjoyed watching it. And favorite scene isn't so much. I guess it's a scene, but when they did this, the thing I really loved was when they did the surgery and the and you saw that we talked about that, the bone configuration. Yep. I just thought, I was like, holy crap, what the hell? And then when the guy brings the arm out, puts it on, I'm like, oh, that's too cool.
I wrote that down.
Precision
as one of my favorite
machinery.
scenes.
Yes, it was really well done. Really well done. All right, Crystal, you are up next. Your final thoughts, your score, and your your favorite scene.
I should have just lied. Okay, I should have just lied. I'm like,
the youngest person eating the old people food.
I don't know why I like them. Ugh. Never gonna eat them again.
Yes, you will.
But okay, so I thought Jeff would give. I thought it would be higher because I'm actually going to give it a 3.5.
Oh, nice!
Wow. I just because I feel like it failed on. Yeah, I pumped up all the stuff I really liked. I liked a lot about it. I just think it could have been even. I have a feeling though a lot of people will watch this, and if they feel like it's funny like Dave did, they may be like, "Oh, this is fabulous." I mean, I think it could absolutely be a hit for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Because it's fun and it's interesting and it's shot well and it's got a lot of elements to it. I was never bored, so that's a good thing. And it starts off pretty quickly, so that's good. My favorite scene. I did right. I did think the arm and God. You know what? I know that Dave. Almost any of the fight scenes, pretty much, but. Okay, I'm going to have to take the one Dave said. I did like the face to the tire.
Yes.
Because it was good. And it just showed the whole thing. And it was fun. And that was definitely practical. And I mean, there's a lot, though. Pretty much any fight scene. There's so much.
Yep.
There's a lot of good gore.
All right, Dave Dreher, you're up next. Your final thoughts, your score, favorite scene.
Well, Crystal stole my favorite scene. I was also going to be the tire scene, but that's okay. That's okay. There's lots of others. I really, seriously, I laughed out loud at my machete or my pussy thing. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. And what about the thing when because again, we can spoil, right? We're allowed to spoil.
You already have, yeah.
They reveal kind of early on that one of the girls is pregnant.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, that was awesome.
They're in the arena.
What do you think we are, monsters?
And he's got the little fetus in the jar. They're like, you bastard! Oh, it was hilarious. So damn funny. It really was. I don't know how pregnant she was, but this looked like to be about a 5-month-old baby in this jar.
It did.
Just the way he brought it out, like a Dr. Evil kind of thing, It was, you got to see it to believe it. It's just so ridiculous. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this movie. I really did. I definitely seen it as a throwback to the old Grindhouse movies. I don't know if they were trying to make fun of them. I don't think so. I think they were just trying to pay homage to them, and I think they succeeded on a lot of different levels. It is a little. As Doc put it, like the dirt, it's a little dry at times. I think they kind of meandered off and wasn't sure what to do. They at the end they relied very heavily on the almost concert lighting that they have going on with the it was super bright. I mean, it was majorly oversaturated at times with it. I found it to be kind of annoying actually.
Yeah, we know how much you hate.
Yeah, but I think they were trying to do it, like, like a cheap effect almost. I mean, I think they were trying to do it just to add something to a scene when there really wasn't much there. But I think overall it worked. I'm also going to give it a 3.5. And
nice. I thought you could be higher.
No, we'll go 3.5. It definitely has its issues, and but it's a lot of fun, and it's worth it just for those 3 scenes I told you about, the 2 lines and then the baby scene, and then the
bike,
the face to the tire is definitely the best core effect in the thing. So yeah, I liked it. I thought it was fun.
All right, there you go. I guess I take it the baby scene is your favorite scene.
Yeah, well, actually, the tire scene was my favorite.
Yeah. But if you choose,
he's like.
Such a Santos move there. All right, okay. So to me, like I said, a little dry. It didn't quite connect in the same way, but I really love the concept. I love the idea of the rock and roll band gets stuck in here, and it's kind of they've got, to put it bluntly, more balls than a lot of the other people in there. So and it works in that respect. If it wasn't for Julian Richards, I think I would like it even less, because I think he does when he shows up in this, every time he speaks, it's just, oh my God, I loved him as the Emperor, and the whole, the earth, the dirt is dry and all that stuff. I loved every minute of that, and I really did like the girl band. I really did like that, even though I mentioned earlier I could, character wise, I couldn't tell them apart after a while. I think I could tell the difference more in the opening scene than I could later on, right? As we knew more about the characters, they started becoming less different. It was a little weird. But, they have a good structure to it. They have the 3 fights, and that's exactly what this film needed structure-wise, and it works in that respect. They have great character development with Driller, the character Ryan Allen plays. You like him stepping in and becoming part of the team. He's kind of their trainer as well. So there's got that Ninja Turtle thing going on, I guess, in a way. I could hype it up. If I wanted to, because there's enough here, and I think this will do well. I think people are going to enjoy it, and I'm actually giving it a 3. So I'm kind of in between you guys. I'm kind of shocked that I liked it more than Jeff. Yeah, because I thought Jeff liked it a little more. But anyway, my favorite scene though, I'm actually going to get. Can I go with the opening bar fight scene? I just liked it because it showed off how badass these girls were. Because they were kicking some ass, man. And they needed to. They had to establish that. And they did a real good job. Because these punk bikers, man, were giving them some shit. And they didn't.
Oh, and they make a comeback.
They didn't put up with it. Yeah, and they get them again.
Yeah.
I could go with a lot of other scenes. But I think this movie actually starts off strong with these characters. And that helps. That helps a lot. So, all right, there you go. That's our review for Spare Parts. It's check it out. It's available on VOD, digital DVD, and Blu-ray now as we speak. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Jeff, Dave, Crystal, thank you for joining me tonight. This was a lot of fun as always.
Thank you, Doc.
Yep. Good times.
Good times.
Good times.
Give me a
with my big
more importantly, we found out about Crystal's Fig Newton craving. So that's the big news of the day.
And you know what? They're really good if you use them to scoop up ice cream.
Actually, I'm really weird. I like to bite the top off of it and then just eat the fig out of the middle. Yeah, I'll nibble off the top. And I don't like ice cream. Yeah, I am clearly weird.
Most people do that with Oreos, not fig.
Yeah.
Everyone just got to stop. Everyone just stop and look at Doc's face. Doc's face says it all right now.
I know. I know. I would just eat that and I would throw away the rest. I just want the fig stuff. It's so good.
All right. So send all Fig Newtons DM
Yeah.
Crystal to find out where to send your Fig Newton collection. So. All right, let's go ahead and say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, my back. Oh, my aching back. I gotta wobble to bed or whatever, like with my cane.
I feel attacked.
I'm sorry.
Get off my lawn!
Yeah, yeah.